So it's a great question, and I think to the points that I raised earlier, we know very definitively when we look at data on natural disasters or terrorist attacks, these kinds of mass stressors that are sort of communal in the sense that they're experienced by many people at the same time, is that exposure to the stressors associated with these kinds of events is associated with increased mental health problems. However, the most common trajectory after even very severe stressors, even things like losing a partner to a chronic disease or even a child, the most common trajectory is actually one of resilience, where initially we see kind of an increase in mental health problems, distress, anxiety, depression, with a quick kind of return to baseline. And this work has been done by a researcher named George Bonanno at Columbia, where he's shown repeatedly after things like 9/11, as well as personal traumas like being in a car accident or losing a loved one, that by far the most common response is resilience. And so I think, while it's completely normal for all of us to feel distressed and stressed out right now, that I think what we will see among young people is what we continue to see over and over again, which is that most people will exhibit resilience. And in fact, there's this really amazing research that shows that experiencing a little bit of stress is actually a good thing, right? So when stress gets too extreme, we know it's harmful to mental health. But what's interesting is that when people experience almost no stress or very, very low levels of stress, you actually see pretty high rates of mental health problems in those people as well. And it's actually people who are kind of somewhere in the middle, who show the best mental health, who have the best functioning in life. And the idea is that having to cope with challenges and adversity helps make us stronger. And it helps us to build skills so that when something like this happens again in the future, hopefully not another pandemic, but some stressor will happen again to all of us, right? Life is a series of challenges and stressors that we all have to overcome. And that each time we successfully navigate one, we develop skills, a sense of mastery, a sense of control, the idea that we can manage this. We've managed things before. And I'm actually very hopeful that what this pandemic will do is instill a sense of hope and optimism in ourselves, that if we can overcome this as individuals and as a society, what can't we tackle together? And that it will build resilience, the experience of coming through this. And so I don't want to be, I want to remain optimistic about the sort of what things will likely look like in the future in terms of mental health for young people, because this is really an opportunity for us to learn how to cope with adversity.